right, welcome in, you guys. I am Charity, aka NiceComps, and I'm just getting everybody snuggled in here, getting everybody live, doing the thing that we do, the live thing we do. All right, let me get that there. Perfect, done. That looks good. We're doing it. We're doing things, and it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Here we go. All right, welcoming you guys in. Like I said, I am Charity, aka NiceComps, also known as a loud girl. So there's that. Where's the chat? There it is. Hey, Bailey, Angie, welcome in, you guys. I'm just trying to figure this out. I'm just trying to figure out how can I do this and still see this. I am playing with technology, which is dangerous. All right, I think we'll do it like that. I think that'll work. All right, you guys. God's in the house. Welcome in, Nicole. Welcome in, Bailey. So whether you guys are joining us on YouTubies, the IGs, the FBs, the TTs, welcome in. Like I said, I am Charity, aka NiceComps. I am a full-time reseller outside of Austin, Texas. I've been doing full-time about 8 months now. But before that, I was kind of dabbling, sold a lot of stuff after my mom passed away, kind of a lot of her decorations and stuff that I didn't want to keep. I obviously kept the important ones, but sold a lot of that. Figured out that this crazy business actually works, which is insane. I never thought I would be doing this, but I love it. It's great. I feel like a pirate. I go to garage sales mainly. I buy things for $1 and I flip them for not $1. So I love it. If you guys have questions, comments, thoughts, ideas, please feel free to ask in the comments. If I miss any of your comments, it's not because I'm rude. Hello to you too. It's not because I'm rude. It's because the chat goes so fast that my spicy ADHD brain does not catch 90% of what's happening. So, Brandy, good morning. Enigma, good morning, you guys. Oh, I see God over on the YouTubes. Good to see you. Guys, favor. I am 2 subscribers away from 3,000 over on YT. So if you're on YT watching this and you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. If you're not on YT and you have a YouTube, please go over and subscribe for NiceComps. 2. Just one more chapter says I just subscribed. 1. I'm 1 subscriber away. Better to watch on TY. I mean, you get a bigger picture. It's up to you guys. Like, I can see the chat on both. So, y'all know I'm trying to put hours in over on YT as well. So, we'll see what happens. Jamie, I see you over there on the IG. And Tracy, good to see you. Good morning, you guys. Okay, let's get this party started here. So, we are going to ship out everything that's sold. Let's see, what is today? Monday? Today's Monday. So, this is everything that's sold on Saturday, Sunday, and then this morning if we had any sales. Justin, as you guys know, is my personal assistant / husband, and he is nice enough to pull all the orders. So I never really know what we're going to ship, other than what I take pictures of and put up. So I think we sold a couple other things, so we will find out what those items are. Nicole said followed you on YT. Okay, I may finally be there. Meg, good to see you. Meg, thanks for doing that duet stitch thing. I felt so honored to be like stitched / duetted. That was awesome. So that was a lot of fun to get to. Logan says I've already subscribed, so I can't help. I appreciate it though, Logan. Thank you. So hopefully, I don't know if you guys see the 3,000, let me know. I can't see on the screen I'm on now. So, all right, let's get this party started. Oh, I think that's funny. I think we just sold something. So I think we just sold a pair of Carhartts, which was not going to be in this bucket because I haven't had a chance to pull them yet. But we'll get everything else shipped out. So it looks like we sold a pair of Carhartt straight traditional fit light wash denim jeans, grunge, for $18 over on the eBay. So, hi Maurice, I see you got over there. Yes, I see the 3K. Nicole, oh my God, you guys, I've been trying to hit that 3K forever. Yes, What a glorious way to start a Monday. That feels good, you guys. All right. We're doing it. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is ship out this pair of Lucky Brand jeans. So these are a pair of New Tags Lucky Brand 361 vintage straight denim. What I love about selling the Lucky vintage line, it's not actually vintage, they're called 361 vintages. What's nice about that is you can technically put vintage in the title and as a keyword, even though it's not vintage. So someone that's looking for vintage clothes finds it. Someone that's looking for the Lucky vintage line also finds it. So it's kind of like a cool little double situation, which is, I mean, you can't go wrong with that. Stacy says I'm over here now. Hi, Stacy, I see you. Listen while I change my oil. Oh my goodness, I probably need to do that too. Nurse, what is good? So these were new with tags. Of course, we got a little restriction because why would we not over on TT? Because TT is a hater. But I let TT's hater be my motivator. So, all right. So we sold these. I picked these up for a buck at a garage sale. They sold for $39 over on eBay. Now, I'm already going to get this question. Do you recommend selling Lucky Brand jeans? I pick up Lucky Brand jeans because I'm getting for like $1 at a garage sale. New with tags, of course I'm going to pick them up because I know I can sell them for anywhere between like $35 to $45 depending on the cut. However, giant asterisk on Lucky jeans. You really don't want to pick them up unless you're getting them for a pretty inexpensive price. And the reason being is because they just don't sell for that much. So if you're going to the thrift store, you're going to Goodwill or whatever, and they want like $8.99 or something for them, you're not going to make enough. There's not enough room for profit. Your cost of good is too high for what you can sell them for. So I really only suggest picking them up if you can get them at a good deal. Get them at the bins, get them at a garage sale, rummage sale, something like that. Unless you're one of those lucky duckies that lives somewhere. Groovy Grabs is here. Good morning. Unless you're someone that's a lucky duck that happens to live by a Goodwill that's still reasonably priced. I do not. So I sell them. They don't move fast for me. I get them for $1 to $3. Exactly. What Debbie said here is perfect. That's exactly what it is. If you can get them for like a least expensive price, you're still going to sell them. It's like $10 profit, $15 profit all day. Ding, 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 ding. If you're selling them for $1. If not, not worth it. I picked them up because it's what I can source. I saw a lot of 181 straight legs. There you go. Yeah, as long as you can get them for a good price. Now, if you can't get them for a good price, your profit margin is just going to be a lot lower. So, all right, we're going to get these in a poly mailer. Now, for those of you that have followed me and watched our lives before, you will know that anything that's over £1, I always ship using Pirate Ship. Pirate Ship is a free online software that you can use in order to get labels for less expensive. Now, if you're selling things and you're shipping calculated, irrelevant. If you're shipping on Poshmark, this is irrelevant. But if you're using Depop and you're shipping your own, or most importantly, eBay, and something's over £1, check to see if it's less expensive if you're using calculated. Just check and see if it's less expensive for you. Because for me in Texas, where I am at, it is always less expensive for me to use Pirate Ship over £1 than it is to ship inside of eBay itself. That wasn't the case when I lived up in Washington. So this is totally dependent upon where you live. I sell Old Navy for same reason. Yeah, Debbie, that's a great point. And I've sold quite a few Old Navy pairs of pants and stuff like that because I'm getting them for 50 cents or $1. But I'm not paying more than that. Salvation Army starting to wild out. Oh, my goodness. I'm telling you, I mean, y'all have heard me go on the rant of Goodwill. And we've all heard it. She doesn't need to do it again. However, I just don't understand the idea of getting donations and then the greed of a corporation, especially a company that's supposed to be like for the people, asking outrageous prices. I think that's insane. And y'all know how I feel about that. So, Witch Doctor, what's up? Good to see you. S&M Fines in the house. Oh my goodness. I know I probably missed Auntie's Crafty's here. Laurel's here. I probably missed 1,000 comments, you guys, and I apologize. Green Thrifty's in the house. Whoop, whoop, whoop. My sister from another mister. All right, so we're going to get our rates on this one. So like I said, this is going in pirate ship. They paid $8.99 for shipping. We are paying $6.57. So everyone's going to have a different opinion on this. I like to make money on my shipping. The reason I do that is because it helps to cover my costs of going out and garage sailing. So the way that I look at it is when I go to a store and I buy a carton of milk, I'm buying that carton of milk and the price has been elevated because someone had to bring that carton of milk to the grocery store. I am then purchasing that carton of milk. The store's making a little extra money because they had to spend money to have it brought to them. That's what I do. I go out and I use gas for garage sailing. I put wear and tear on my car. I just had to get new tires, which was $650. Good gravy. So all those little things add up. If I can make a buck or two on each purchase, or 90 or 80% of the purchases people make, that covers my cost. That is my handling fee. Now, if you do calculated shipping, that's tough. You can't really factor that in. You got to factor it more in the price. For me, I'd rather have my price look a little lower, my shipping look medium, because for me, in Texas, even though I'm putting $8.99 for shipping of these pants, if someone from Washington State tried to ship these pants, it would be like $9.50. I know, because I used to ship from there. So that's what I do. That's my thing. Debbie says, I'm loving the hair. Hey, thanks. We're spicy for Valentine's Day. Finally catching a show. Doctor, I'm very happy you're here. Doctor's in the house. Dr. Witch is in the house. All right, we're buying a label here, and we're getting this sucker printed out. So this is going UPS Ground Saver. I ship a lot of stuff UPS Ground Saver, especially when it comes to jeans. These are going to Cody in Illinois. Do we have any Illinois people here today? Great, Thrifty, thanks for the compliment. I'm liking the red. I wanted to do something romantic for Valentine's. This is my version of romantic. I don't need flowers. I just need my hair did and a clean garage and a chicken sandwich. That's really all I need. Some video games. Just Nebraska. Just Nebraska. That's okay. We're good. All right, printing this sucker out here and here. Whoop. That is the wrong size paper. Whoa. That was about to print out real bad. Okay. There, let's try that. Come on, Rolo. Wake up. Good morning, Rolo. Nice to see you. Groovy Grabs likes the video. That makes me happy because I like Groovy Grabs as well. Coley says, I'm in a work meeting. I'll pop in and out if I can. You got it, Coley. You got it. Don't get in trouble because you're watching these. She's like, I won't. All right. So let's get this in our UPS bag here. And I like to separate my packages while I ship because the last thing I want to do is take a UPS to a UPS or a UPS to a USPS. Whew, that's confusing. All right, and then we're just going to copy that to clipboard. We're going to go back over to eBay. We're going to put in our tracking number. And in the words of the Muppets, moving right along, singing that same old song. All right, save it and continuing. Amy says, I love your shirt. Is it the cat fart? Is that why you like it? That's why I like it. Thank you. Peddler Aaron's here. All right, next thing we've got here is a shirt, and I am so thankful to our fabulous queen, the queen of material, my material girl, Mrs. Risner, the Riz, the Rise, the everything. She is the one that taught me to call these button-up, like, I always called them Cuban smoking shirts, but they're called, I'm gonna butcher the name, guys, you know I always do this, Guayabera. It's Guayabera. Ever since I started using that, Ford Hammer's in the house. Uh-oh, lock him up. Ever since I started using that in my listings and my keywords, I have sold these things like every time I list them, they sell. I just listed this like, I don't even know, not even a week ago. So I am thankful to the Riz. In Riz we trust, right? Ford, that's great. All right, so going into poly mailer, I use 9x12s for this size. And they're getting a sticker that says, Save the Arctic. Whoa, that sticker's got an opinion. Chevy Bacon. All right, we're getting this over here and putting it on the scale. Now, this is going to be under a pound, so I'm going to go ahead and just ship this straight out of eBay. We are looking at 8 ounces. And then 8 by 8 by 1 is actually what will give you the cheapest shipping. So this is great. So this is going to James in Nevada. And James paid $5.99 for shipping. We're paying $4.62. I'm going to make an extra buck and change. That's going to not only go towards the original investment, which was $1, but to a little bit of the fees and stuff. So we're looking at probably like $9 in profit. It's not a big sale, but it's a sale, right? We like that. We like those sales. We like those sales. Who else is shipping today? I know Surf's shipped. I already saw, I was watching Surf's this morning. Man, I love that guy. Every time he does a shipping thing, I swear I learn like a new brand that I've never heard of before. So it's always great. All right, there is that. Going to James in the bag. Next up, what do we got? Next up here, we have a Polo Ralph Lauren shirt. Y'all know I sell so much Polo Ralph Lauren. Polo Ralph Lauren and jeans. I would say I am a jeans Polo Ralph Lauren seller. So right here we've got a classic fit. This is a newer one, so this is modern. You can tell by the label. However, this was new, brand new with tags. So I picked this up for $1 at a garage sale, and it sold for $55 over on eBay. So that's a great little profit there. They're getting a cute little penguin and a thank you card in the bag, and here we go. No one chimed in, no one shipped, no one else is shipping today? What's going on? I know sales have been a little slower for a lot of people, which I totally feel that. I mean, I usually sell on a Monday, typically I ship around 25 to 30 packages. And I think today we've got like 12 or something. So it's definitely a little bit slower. It is that time of year. We got crazy stuff political going on right now. We've got people recovering from Christmas. It's the beginning of the year. People spend a bunch of money on other stuff. A lot of people are spending money on gym memberships and all sorts of other stuff. And so this time of year is always a little slower for sales in anything. Usually about the 16th of February, things start to really pack up. 14 out the door today, Meg. I love hearing that. Tracy shipping right now. Ford says my sale picked up a little bit over the weekend, packaged yesterday. That's great. I did this morning. Okay, good. Yeah, I think we're starting to kind of feel a little bit of movement there. But like I said, I'm still not shipping as many today as I normally would. However, I didn't list as much last week as I normally do either. So I'm trying to find the balance between getting all my listings up, because I try to list about 20 a day. Trying to get my listings up and then also getting prepped for the WN shows. So I'm kind of like in this flux of trying to like flowy my mojo-y and get that going on. So, all right. So this is going to be 10 ounces, 8 by 8 by 1. And let's take a look at what we're paying for the shipping label. So this is going to Robert in Texas, which is great because it's not going to cost much to ship. So he paid $5.99. I'm paying $5.14. So we're making almost my original investment back. So not too shabby. Let's get that label purchased and get this sent off to a new friend. Ship Saturday about 10 and 10 more today. Bailey, look at you. Girl, you got me beat. That's amazing. All around. Claps. I love that. I love hearing about other people's successes. It makes my heart happy. I believe that the only competition we have is within ourselves. We are truly better together, and I like nothing more than seeing other people succeed. It makes my heart happy. Hey, Bailey, little sales are sales nonetheless. You know, it really is amazing. Storage Secrets, what is good? I'm shipping that gold. Storage Secrets is shipping too. I love seeing that. I was, you know how TT does that, like, look back on this day and this year. So you guys know I started my reselling a couple years ago, and then I was super part-time, like really, really, really part-time. Got hurt, moved, bought a house, stopped doing my marketing career, and then really went full swing about 8 months ago into kind of full-time with this. But I was looking back, and it was so cute. My on this day thing was all these sales. I think I had like 8 sales or 9 sales, which for me was like really huge. But it was all like a little Snoopy, a Care Bear, some other a little tool that was at my grandpa's or something. Each of them were like $5 to $8 sales. But what's great about those sales is that, you know, you do a little sticker, you do a thank you card, you message a person, hey, it's on its way or whatever. You do a little friendship there. And those little sales is really what got me so many reviews on my eBay, which really helped me to like get boosted up as a legitimate looking seller. So we can't snooze on those little ones. They add up fast, man. One big one says, Bailey, what'd you sell? Share. What is it? You can't keep us in suspense like that. What are you doing? Good gravy. Okay, next thing we've got here is, this is what tells me summertime and spring are starting to kind of get on people's minds a little bit. I have so much winter stuff to get listed like immediately. That is my goal, besides getting stuff ready for the insane WN show. 1, there's a freaking costume. 2, just ridiculous. 2, I have way more action figures than I realized, and they're all vintage. I don't have anything modern in this show. It's on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to do giveaways and stuff like that, but it's mainly like, I think it's like G.I. Joe, Leonard Corps. I got Star Wars, Marvel Legends. There's a whole bunch of stuff in there. So make sure you guys bookmark our WN show on Tuesday if you haven't already. It's NiceComps. I am NiceComps everywhere. And if you guys have any WN shows or anything coming up, please, please, please share in the chat here. Let's make sure we all help each other out here. What's up, Jesse? A Robert Graham limited edition plans, $300. Bailey, oh my Lord. Lunch is on Bailey today. Bailey's buying lunch. She made $300. Plus, we learn on all sales. Exactly. Danita, what's good? How are we today? I want a big burger. Jesse, you're killing me now. Now you're going to get me thinking about food, and y'all know what happens when that happens. I never claimed to be a tiny girl. I like to eat. I like to put burgers in my face and chicken sandwiches. All right, here we go. All right, so we're going to get our shipping label. So this is a little Batik Bay cream. This is a made in the USA palm tree little button-up rayon shirt. Not a huge sale, but a sale nonetheless. It sold for $13, and I picked it up for $1 at a garage sale. But this is what tells me, like, people are starting to kind of, either they're going on vacation because they're cold and they're sick of the weather, or they're starting to think, like, spring's coming. You know, maybe we got a vacation planned in April. You know, maybe we start getting some stuff for that. Stuff like that. A chicken burger sandwich. Ooh, Jesse. Now you're speaking my language. Now you're speaking my language. All right, so this is going to get shipped straight out of eBay because it is obviously under a pound. So we are at 8 ounces for this, and this is going to ship for $4.71. He paid $5.99. Our good friend Carlos in Connecticut, and so we're making a $1.30-ish. Covers the original cost after eBay fees and everything. I mean, we probably made about $10 on this. $10 is $10, baby. Still have 75 to 100 or more to go. Woohoo! Hello. I put on some MK filming cream this morning, and it already sold for $70. Dang, that's what's up. That is what's up. Oh my Lord. I know. I have beef stew that I'm going to start actually when I get off of here, and I'm going to remember to do it today. Okay, so for all of you guys that have like spicy brains, you all know this. We wake up in the morning with the best of intentions. We have so many things on our to-do list, and we are sure that today is going to be the day that we get them all done. So I have been craving like a good homemade beef stew for quite a while. And so we bought like the chopped up meat for it and everything. And Justin was like, oh, that sounds good. I love that. This was like 3 weeks ago. And I was like, oh, yeah, let's do it. And he's like, you're going to make it, right? And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to make it. Best intentions, right? So we get the meat, we bring it home, and there it's 6. And every morning for like 3 days, I'm like, today is the morning. I even set alarms. Today's the morning. I'm going to make beef stew. This is it. Well, the meat goes bad, so we have to throw it out. Then, like 2 weeks ago, I'm like, man, if you're going to the store, could you please pick up some meat, some chucks, because I want to make a stew. And Justin, of course, my husband, being the patient guy he is like, are you going to make it? And I was like, I'm definitely going to make it. And he's like, okay. So he goes, if we bring it home, I got all the intentions. I'm going to make that beef stew. I'm so excited to make that beef stew. And the meat goes bad. So then at the beginning, or this is like Sunday, we get more groceries. And I'm like, can you please put on some beef stew meat? And he's like, are you going to cook the meat? And I was like, I'm going to make it. I got the best of intentions. So like Tuesday comes, the last week, Tuesday comes and he goes, hey, that meat's not looking so good in there. I'm like, the meat. I'm like, okay. So I put the meat in the freezer because I'm like, all right, if it's in the freezer, it can't go bad, right? So I put it in the freezer. And then last night, I put a Post-it note up on the refrigerator and it was like, take me out of freezer, put in drawer. I did it. I put it in there. I put it on a paper towel. It's good. I got up this morning. It's still frozen. So what I did is I have this little bread warmer thing, or it's like for like keeping your starter warm, that I got off of the Smile Amazon store that I freaking absolutely love, and it's making my bread amazing. That's a side note. But I put it out there on a paper towel. I have a ticking alarm going by it because I am making that freaking beef stew today, you guys. It's going to happen. Hold me to it. I call it stupid tax. That's funny. Oh my Lord. The best of intentions. We got the best of intentions. Just order some, says Opal. I probably should. Instapot. Yes, that's what I need to do. Woo! Storage Secrets got a crazy show. One going on tonight. Guys, make sure you follow Storage Secrets over on the WN. Storage Secrets. Let me make sure I got you. I'm going to put this on here. I'm going to check it out. Storage Secrets has a show. Storage Secrets has secrets about storage. Let's take a look here. Let's go to shows. Boom. Bookmarked. Whoops. I accidentally joined it. Sorry about that. Can you guys still hear me? I just Bluetooth joined your show, I think. Sorry about that. Booking marking. There we go. All right, guys. Storage Secrets. Storage Secrets over on WN. Who else has one? You're welcome. Who else has one? Anybody else got any going on? Man, Hustles last night was great. Woo! I loved it. I don't know about y'all, but that was great. Watching that pickle man move that fast. Oh my Lord. Can you even believe it? He was flying through those listings. He was, because you know, he likes to talk and cut up and have a great time. But oh my goodness, he was like, all right, we're running this sudden death. He's got his son there, who's like super handsome, by the way, just saying. He's got his son there running the show. He's put stuff up. That pickle man was moving so fast. Don't tell me what to do. You're not my real dad. Maniac Mim, I hate to break it to you. I actually am. Maury told me I am the father. Did anyone else rate after a show not work? Mine worked. Put me into, I don't remember their names. It was like, I think it was a mother-son duo. By the way, they had like graphics rating down on their screen. So I gotta ask the fancy husband that knows about fancy things like that, how in the world they did that. Just a second, guys, I gotta get something. Oh, goodness. She needs a bigger room. Woo! Mine got stuck. It was weird. Yeah, that's weird. Okay. Next thing we've got here. Let's take a look. Kobe says balls. Yay! We love that. Okay. Moving over to, so this is a 2020 Mass Effect. Whoops, just kidding. I just almost broke my keyboard. Okay. So this is a Mass Effect little snapback hat. For anyone that doesn't know, I'm a huge video game nerd, and so I recognized this at a garage sale in 0.1 seconds. I knew exactly what that was. Some of y'all, like you, most of you girls out there, you're like, oh, I know what that is. That's a such and such, and that's a Farm Rio, and that's a, I don't even know women's clothing. That's a such and such brand. You like see it walking by, you could touch it, feel it. Not me. I see men's clothes, weird clothes, vintage clothes, and video game stuff and nerdy stuff. So I saw this and I was like, oh, I know exactly what that is. So we are going to wrap this up. Now, I know a lot of people put hats in boxes, and if it's a super expensive hat, I will absolutely put it in a box. This is a $15 hat. If I had to put this in a box, the amount of money I'd have to charge for shipping would be so silly. So we are not doing that because we don't want to do silly, right? So what I do is I leave it in half. I stuff a little bit of paper in the back here, and then I wrap it up with a little bit of bubble wrap. And then what I do is I use, and this person is going to get a llama, or as we would say, Tina. Oh, Tina, right? So Tina from Napoleon Dynamite, if anyone remembers that gem. That, by the way, was way ahead of its time. What an amazing movie. And we're going to take our little bubble wrap here. We've got it stuffed. Now what we're going to do is just kind of push this down. And what this is going to do is give the hat still a nice shape. Now your question is, yes, but does that really work? I have probably shipped 100 hats this way, and I've never had anybody have an issue. Kitschy's in the house. What's good, Kitschy? So's VT. You can use OBS to go live on WN, and it's great. Yeah, so storage, I think that's what I might do. However, I don't have that capability where I usually do the shows. I am going to be changing one of our rooms because now reselling's taken over my house. I'm going to change our other office / guest room because I don't really want guests to come. So we're going to change that into the WN room, I think. Because I don't want to have to like set up and tear down, set up and tear down, set up and tear down every single time. That is not a good use of my time. Good to know I've always shipped hats in a box. Yeah, so Groovy, if they're flat bill, so it's like a Dallas Cowboys or whatever team. It's a flat bill. Here, I'll just say I forgot. It's the Celtics. It's a flat bill, really nice Celtics hat. That's going to go in a box because I don't want that flat bill to get ruined. But if it's just a hat, any regular hat, you can absolutely do this. So, Andy, the kitty cat shirt. Garage sale, guys. Garage sale. I got it for like 50 cents. You know me. Everything I wear is like secondhand. I try not to buy new stuff. The only time I buy new shirts is if I go to a concert and I get the like, oh my Lord, do I not have any scissors in here? We're going to have to use these, you guys. Oh my goodness. That's the only time I use, or time I buy stuff new is like at a merch table. So yes, do it. Our guest room is our WN room now. Yeah, storage. I think I'm going to, because like I said, I'm just the setting up and tearing down, right? You're like, I think one of the things we all have to do as, entrepreneurs, especially because, you know, we don't have someone telling us what to do. We learn by watching videos and stuff like that. So we're learning while we're earning, right? Or we're earning while we're learning, either way. And so one of the things I like to do is kind of every week I take a look at my business and I ask myself, like, what can I do to be a little bit more efficient? What can I do to cut costs? What can I do to cut my time on stuff? And so by doing it that way, I think you're constantly like budgeting and editing your business. In most businesses, they do that, right? There's an efficiency expert. And when you don't have that efficiency expert and you're the efficiency expert, you need to take a look at your business. And I really suggest doing it like once a week. I really do that. I sit down on Sundays. You guys, I'm going to prove to you exactly what I mean. So I sit down on Sundays and I go over all of the things that I need to do. And then I make things like what I can budget, what I can change, what I'm going to do different for the next week. So I create a plan for myself every Sunday of kind of like what my week needs to look like. Now, it doesn't mean I'm going to get that stew on in time, but it does mean that I'm going to try to create an environment where I have more time to do things like that and stay a little bit organized. So if you're spicy like I am, which I know a lot of you guys are, it's been such a help for me because without a planning or a failing to plan is planning to fail, right? And I truly believe that. And so budgeting your time, figuring out what you could omit, all of that really makes a huge difference. I don't even know how we got on that tangent, but that's how my brain works. So, all right, so this is going to get shipped straight out of eBay. Now, for instance, so check this out. Who was it that was saying they always shipped in hats, or hats in boxes? I'm not sure who said that. Somebody said that. Whoever said they ship in boxes, here's the thing. So this hat right now, because I shipped it like this, and it's safe, it's not going to get injured, it only weighs 5 ounces. So most people that are shipping hats, once you put a box on there, here, this is a 7x7x6 box. So we're going to pop that on there. Now you're going to have tape on there. You're going to have a little bit more padding. So you're looking at 9 ounces. So now you've moved into a whole nother bracket for shipping. So if you do calculated shipping, your hats are going to look more expensive than people that are not using boxes. And if you use flat rate shipping, you're going to be able to make a little bit of money because most people are not going to ship hats for how cheap you can ship hats. And I think that's why I probably sell a good amount of hats. My spicy looks for patterns every day. Oh yeah, baby. Storage is in the house. Storage knows what's up. Alex, good to see you. Cat fart. I know, it's great, right? Drifty Duckies, PMF on day of you. Okay, so this is 5 ounces, and we are looking at, let's see, 8x8x3. So check this out. This hat's going all the way to California, which for me, California is always expensive to ship to. I don't know what is going on with y'all in California, but you murder me for shipping. So check this out. I am only going to pay $4.71 to ship this hat. That's crazy. So they paid $5.99. So I'm making $1.20, which means it pays for the hat and it's paying towards the hat a little bit. So I think all in all, profit's probably about $13 on this hat. If I had marked that up to 9 ounces, that would have eaten all that $5.99 up. And if you're doing calculated, you could put your calculated at 5 ounces. Your hat is now going to be, if people are sorting by least expensive shipping, boom, you're at the top of that list, boo. You should pay, LOL, you should pay rent here. Oh my gosh, I can't. Mom, I moved out of Seattle for that reason. Good Lord. See, Pickle Man's got me saying that all the time now. Gee, Hippie, what is up? Yeah, it was absolutely, Seattle is maybe not as bad as California, but it might be. I mean, it's tough. It is tough. It is a hard knock. I have so many hats I need to list. My Doom pile is a Doom cargo container. Dude, that's how I am with shoes. Here's the thing. This is the worst part. I love selling shoes. I love sourcing shoes because they sell so fast. They're so easy to ship. But it's the cleaning. And I have the electric cleaner and it goes really super fast now. It's not that, it's the sitting down, making myself stand or sit still and do stuff like that. Whoo! You should see me trying to do dishes. I don't even do dishes. I told Justin when we first got together, I was like, look, here's the deal. I don't do dishes. If you're looking for a housewife, you are looking in the wrong category here because that is not me. I said, I will buy paper plates and I will throw them away. I have no time for that. I can't stand doing it. I'll do it if I have to, but I don't want to do it. Like if Justin's sick or something, he does the dishes, man. He's got a method. He knows exactly where everything goes in the dishwasher. I don't even think I know how to turn that thing on. You guys are literally laughing at me right now and you're like, she's so spoiled. Here's the thing though. I am, and I'm okay with that. All right, so we're moving over here. We're going to get this shipped. Next thing we've got here is a pair of jeans. Oops, one of these pairs. I guess I should take a look here and see. 777. Nope, not those ones. These ones. So these are a pair of, this is a really weird brand, and I hadn't ran into this brand. And what is so strange about it is it's technically a designer brand, but the resell on stuff, even new with tags, wasn't great. So it's a brand called Falconable. So I'll show you guys the tag here, and you tell me if you've ever seen this before. So let's get to it. It's a Nordstrom's brand. It's got like the little tab here, and then it's got the tag inside here. Like I said, it's called Falconable, which I mean, that is just hard to say. And this is new with tags. There is a little bit of a flaw on these somewhere. I don't remember what it is, but there's something. Anyways, when you buy them new, they're like insanely expensive. These are like $110 for this model of jeans. But the sell-through rate on comps isn't good. The new with tag stuff resell wasn't really good. so strange. I mean, I got them for $1. So you show me something with new with tags at a sale for $1, I'm usually going to pick it up. But it was just weird. So I would not say, in my opinion, it's a bolo. Just because of that. It's really weird. I've seen shirts in that brand. Yeah, that's so weird too. Vanessa says I'm spoiled too. But I do things he doesn't want to do. And that's true. I mean, Justin, that man, Lord, if it was up to him, he would just be wearing like the worst style clothing, and he'll admit this. His face would be dry because he wouldn't know what lotion was. I mean, when I met him, he had a pack of cinnamon in the cabinet and some moldy cheese in the fridge and some St. Pauli's girl. The clothes he was wearing was like 8 sizes too big because his grandma had sent them to him. So he just, he has me to keep him in looking like a gentleman and not a bum. So it's a trade-off. All right. So we're getting a little corgi on a surfboard. Absolutely cute. It's a sensory issue for me to clean dishes. Dude, tired, I get that. Oops, my Amazon's here, I think. You guys know what that is? That may or may not be the costume for tomorrow's WN show. Lord. You guys are going to get on there and be like, what? Who is that? You are going to be like, who is that? Housework is so hard to keep up with as a full-time reseller. I get that. I'm always cleaning if not working. Oh, dude. Oh, my gosh. I was his savior. I'm telling you, God, that man's was his. He had a blue shirt, a blue button-up shirt. I think it was like a Van Heusen or something. I was like, that's offensive. And it was like, down to here. It was so big. I'm like, what are you wearing? Good Lord. I'm like, I'm going to buy you some shirts. Because we were friends before we started dating, the first house that he ever moved into, because when he first moved here, he was staying with his sister while he found a place and jobs and all that. And then he moved into his own place. And when I met him, and because we were just friends at the time, he had like nothing. He didn't even have dishes. So I went to the thrift store and I got dishes and knives and pot holders and all this. I was like, what are you going to cook with? He was like, I don't really know. And I was like, what? I was like, he didn't have a couch. I was like, what are you? I was like, you need help. And, maybe that's why we got together, is because I saved him. Who knows? Okay. So anyways, long story short on these, I bought them for $1. They sold for $28, which is amazing considering how expensive these were new. But hey, I'm still happy with the profit. It's definitely not a bolo brand I'm going to be telling everybody to get. That is for sure. That just goes to show, just because they sell it at Nordstrom's doesn't always mean that it's going to be some super banger. So guys, take that into consideration here. Whoa, it just put his address and everything real strange here, Clark. So we are going to fix that. There we go. Okay, so these are going to Aldo in Florida. And like I said, these are shipping, out of pirate ship, because it saves me money. And we are 1 pound, 8 ounces. Oh my goodness, everything's fallen. Guys, I so badly need a bigger space, or I need a more organized space. Good gravy. Whoo! It's hot in here. Oh my gosh, why do I not have a fan on? What am I doing? Good gravy, chair, to get your life together. Okay, so they paid $8.99 for shipping. We are paying, drumroll please, and thank you. Storage says I have pirate ship too. Is it better than eBay shipping? For me. So where I'm at in Texas, for me, for some reason, it is always less expensive for me to ship out a pirate ship than it is in eBay. I would say, for me, it seems to be like 100% of the time. For other resellers, that is not even close the case. I know the Phillies had done a video, and for them, it wasn't. So I think it just depends on like where you're at. Something about my zip code, something about where I am. I don't know why. We have tested this on here multiple times. I'm willing to test it again in another month or so to see. But it just always seems to be that way. Smoky Mountain Threads, good afternoon. Watching while cleaning vintage toys. Oh, Smoky. Woo, you are living the life I am going to be living later on today, my friend. I don't know. Did you guys see the, I'll have to put it up today. Did you guys see the little short video I made over on WN, for the toys I'm going to be doing on Tuesday? Oh my gosh. I have been sorting. Okay. I'm just going to show you really quick here, and then I'll put the full video up. You guys have to see this. So I am doing, I think they're mainly like G.I. Joe's, Leonard Corps, Marvel Legends, and Star Wars is I think what the show is going to be. I have way more than that, but this is what we're starting with. So let's see, where is it? What did I do with that little video? Here we go. So I'm going to turn the sound down, but look at this. See all those little pewdie pews there? All those little pewdie pews? There's like 300 of those little pewdie pews. I don't know what they go to. I don't know who they belong to. I'm just going to bag them up and sell them as lots, because the thought of sitting there researching what those go to makes me want to take 2 daggers, stick them in a very hot fire, and then put them into my eyeballs. Like, oh my gosh, there is not enough ADHD meds in the planet to even make that happen. So I do not envy you today, my friend, but just know I'm with you. I got you, Smokey. Yeah, and if you guys are just joining in too and you got WN shows coming up, please put them down below. So, oh, I just printed that again. Sometimes we do that. Good thing I get my labels free from UPS, because I often do that. I print the same label multiple times because it's spicy in here. Snappy's in the house. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Loading them together. Yes. Lord, the thought of going through and individually listing those. Hey, y'all that are going to buy them, you're going to do that and you're going to make great money. I just physically, mentally cannot do it. My brain does not work that way. But if I'm at a yard sale, and I see them, I'm not going to pass up on them. So now that I am doing WN and I'm comfortable with it, of course, I'm just kicking myself for not doing it earlier. But you know what? Never look behind you. We're not going that way. Always look forward, because that's the way we're going, right? So moving forward, not looking behind, no regrets. And I'm just happy I have that, because otherwise those toys would have gone double vintage, because they would have sat in my garage for the next 20 years for that. Riz says, need your positive energy today. All right, Riz. Here we go. Riz, I was just complimenting you earlier, because ever since I started doing the Guyaberry, however you say it, ever since I start putting out my listings, those things sell like this. All right, everybody, we gonna get a little love to Riz today. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Because we are living in a material world, and Riz is our material girl. You know that we are living in a material world, and Riz is our material girl. Do, 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 do. Boom, boom. That's for you. All right. Okay, moving right along. All right, next thing we've got here is this cool AF phone. Now, I put this up earlier, and I asked you guys if you knew what the, if you could tell what the vintage item and what the retro item was in the post. And a bunch of you said that this was the vintage item, and it's not. So this is a retro item. This is a throwback. This is called the Wild Wolf Concrete Gray Retro Orange Button Phone. Now, unfortunately, I got this at a thrift store for $2. So no biggie. But unfortunately, it did have some kind of like scrape. Someone probably had it in like a small area on the sides. Now, one of the things we did do, and this finish was gone here. So one of the things we did do, if you guys remember, is we used this stuff here and a little paintbrush. So this stuff here, the inkless high gloss acrylic finish things, I'm going to let you guys screenshot it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can go to the Linkadinkies in my bio and check it out. It's under reseller supplies to get you started. It's probably under like cleaning shoes. This is great for fixing patent leather. It's also great for putting the shine back on things. So like I said, the shine, look at how shiny that is now. That shine was gone on that, and it looked really super dull, not really even a sellable. Like it looked bad, but I was at the thrift store and I was like, I can fix that. So for $2, I was willing to risk it for the biscuit. Get yourself a paintbrush. Make sure you've got one that the bristles don't come out. When you use this, little bit goes a long way. You just paint it on, let it dry for about an hour, do a couple more coats, whatever you need to do. I have restored probably 15 pairs of patent leather shoes or more, and I don't even know how many countless toys and other things that I have gotten the shine back on with this. It doesn't peel, it doesn't flake, it doesn't come off. The person would have to use like acetone to get it off. Like, it's not coming off once it's on. It's going to go on purple. You're going to freak out a little bit. It's going to dry. I'm sorry, excuse me. I promise it's going to look good. If it doesn't, I don't know what to tell you. It's not my item, and I'm not selling it to you. So hopefully you like it. If not, send it back. But I really like it. I found this stuff because of a really old, ancient YouTube video from like a really long time ago that a guy had done about fixing shoes. I was down in a rabbit hole like I often get into, and the doomy scrollies, and I found it, and I'm so grateful I did because it really has helped me with so many items. So that brought the shine back on. So what we're going to do here is we are going to actually wrap this up separate. So when you have something like this, if the cord fully pops out, get it that way. If not, we're just going to wrap it like this, and we're going to make it all safe and sound and nice and snuggly. Push button. It isn't a rotary phone. It has a dial. Yes, that is true. Oh my Lord. Hustle, you gotta get out of my head. I can't stop saying that. Tenacious says, do you weigh items before you list and before you ship? Confused on how you know what to charge. That is a great question, Tenacious. I'm sorry I did not see that till just now. I'm trying to figure out how to get my chat up and get, yeah, I need to figure that out. I need to work on that. I'm diligently working on that. So for something like this, what I do, shirts, I know how much they weigh. Pants, I know how much they weigh. Shoes, I know how much they weigh. I know that because I've shipped and done so many of them. But when it comes to something like this, what I do is after I take photos of it, I have my scale right here. I pop it on a scale, and then I take a picture of the item on the scale. That way, when I go to list it, I can see what the weight is. And then obviously, if you're doing calculated, make sure you add, your bubble wrap, your box, your tape, all of that kind of on it. You can also set a box that it would fit on there, put a bunch of stuff in there. I know that there's other sellers that package stuff like this to ship. I can't even imagine doing that, but they do it and it works great for them. So whatever works for you, that's what I would suggest doing, is taking a photo of it. Then you don't have to worry about not knowing how much or what the weight is going to be. Yes, I sold this. So we just listed this, 2 week and a half ago, I think. So most of these over there sell for around $35. I had this listed for $25, I believe, or something in there, and I took an offer for $20 on it. Why did I do that? Because it cost me $2, you guys. It is not tested, and it has, the scratchies on the side there. So I'm happy to let it go. I am a turn and burn seller, guys. I am 100% not interested in ever keeping anything in my store. So if that means I make $3 less and I get it out of my inventory and my cost of goods is covered, which obviously it is with this, I am in. I am all in. Peach is here. What's up? Congrats. Hey, thanks. That's what I do. But it does hold up my day. Vintage, do you pre-package everything? See, my whole thing with that is, and this is why I don't do it. It's not that I don't think it's a good idea. Here's my thing, though. So if I package that item up and I forgot to get a serial number, or I forgot to get measurements, or someone messages me with a question about it, I can't open it back up. Does that happen? Yes. So when I first started doing this and I was selling my mom's stuff, all of her stuff was hard goods. I didn't have any clothing to sell of hers. It was all hard goods. And so because of that, and I was a baby reseller, so I'm sure I wasn't doing all the photos and stuff I needed to. But I just didn't. I had so many people message me and be like, hey, is that the thing that has the this and that? Or can you measure the height of this base? Or would you say that that's more of like a dark black color? Or is it more of like a medium? Or, hey, can you look in the inside of that jewelry box and see if it's got any ring holder things? Like, I had pre-packaged some of her stuff up. I think it was probably only like, I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 packages. But I swear I had to get into like 4 of those. And so it was like, I'm not going to do that. We're not going to do that again. We are going to, we're just not going to do that. Ever. Yeah, it is annoying. Yeah. I get that. And you don't seal. So if you don't seal vintage, that's different. I had sealed them up because I was a baby. So do you just add a few more ounces in listing, says Tenacious? Yes, to pad the shipping. So I kind of know like what a box is going to weigh. But if you guys are newer and you're not sure, find a box, put it on, put the item in the box, throw some bubble wrap in there. It doesn't have to be all done up nicely. Just throw it in there and then take a picture of it on your scale. That way when you go to list, you'll pretty much know. Now, calculated always freaks me out a little bit. So if I were you, maybe you guys have this down. Calculated always freaks me out a little bit though. I tended to, back when I was doing calculated, I don't do it anymore, but I tended to add like 2 or 3 more ounces on as like a buffer, just because calculated freaked me out. I ate it on calculated a lot. I don't know how people do that. I mean, if I was like Surf or K-Way and I was selling, just shirts and pants and I knew exactly how much everything was going to be, I guess that's one thing, but it always freaks me out with hard goods. I don't know. You guys probably do great at it, but it freaks me out. Okay. All right. So we're going to have to play Let's Make a Box with this because this is kind of like a weird item that I didn't have a box for. Oh, man. My scissors and everything are in the other room. Well, I'm going to be back, guys, in a second. It's going to have to just hopefully think that I'm in the screen. I'm going to turn this up towards the fan for a second. Oh, wait, honey, are you available? Oh, my Lord, he saves the day again. My scissors and works. My cutters are in with the toys that I'm sorting. So we're going to have to cut this box a little bit here because I just don't have one. Like I said, this is a really weird. Oh, it's such an excessive. That is excessively big for that. That is, honey, I need a box. I need a box, and that is, the one I picked is like excessively ridiculous. So this is what I need a box for, right here. Even if it's...
Got rid of all the boxes.
I know. Even if it's short and you bring me an extra one, I can leave the sides up. So just bring me some choices and opportunities. Okay, so we're going to wait for a second on that one because I need to get a box. Yay for the honey. I know, right? I also sold another pair of pants, too. I need you to pull. Okay, so let's go over to, while we wait for that, let's go over to Mercari. Weird weekend. I had no Poshy sales. And I had no Depoppy sales. Weird weekend. I don't even know of another weekend that's ever happened. So very strange. Now, I have no one to blame and take full responsibility. Because like I said last week, I was not getting all my listings up. I was getting a few up, but I wasn't getting as many as I needed to because that... That 3-hour-long WN show that I did took me days to prepare because I had to go through and like sort all of the games and do all of that. And then it took me 4 hours to package those for shipping because I'm so new over there that I'm still learning how to do everything. So that being said, last week I was epically distracted by that. Yeah, so there's that. Okay. Let's get this party started. All right, so first thing we've got over on Mercari. Actually, we sold 2 pairs of jeans over there. I told you guys I sell jeans. That is what I do. Okay, so the first thing is a pair of Foundry Flexes. Man, how wonderful would it be if on Mercari, when you pulled up that listing to ship it, how wonderful would it be if your SKU was there? Wouldn't that just make your life so happy? So these $13.70. I know it's only one more click, but it's just annoying. Okay, so the first thing we sold is a pair of Foundry pants. And I'll show you guys what this label looks like. These are not a crazy bolo, but if I see these at a sale in this size, at a garage sale, you guys know if I find jeans this size, I am always picking these up. So these are, they were a $48.29. They're now a $46.29 because they shrank. But like with the faded whiskering, they've got totally that kind of like, casual slash little bit of grungy or retro Y2K feel with the whiskers, a nice fade on them. So I picked these up for $1. They sold over on Mercari for $16. Is it a crazy sale? No, but you know what it is? It's a sale. Vintage says it was slow here. I think people are glued to their TVs. Yeah, we got a lot of weird financial stuff going on right now with the tariffs and all the different stuff that's happening. Now, irregardless of how you feel about it, it's still going to detract people's attentions. This always happens when a new president comes in, whether it's Democrat, Republican, doesn't really matter. When a new person comes into office, things get weird. Especially when you have someone come into office that's trying to kind of push the boundaries of stuff and do some really like extreme stuff. When you have that, this is unfortunately the repercussion for us all is sales are slowing down, and it's across the board. It's not just resellers. I found an SS original Jurassic Park teacher, dude. Oh my God. Riz, if that was in my size, I would buy that from you. Oh my goodness, I would buy that from you in a freaking heartbeat. 100% Hunter says, yeah. What brand are these? These are Foundry, Foundry. And I know, just show the SKU, Mercari. I know, right? So again, they're not like a crazy bolo, but it's the size. I'm telling you guys, those bigger jeans sell so well because brands make so few of those pairs of pants. So like, let's say that a pair of, let's say the Foundries, right? They make 1 million of the 3636s. They make 1 million of the 3436s. And then they make like, 50 or 500,000 of the size 32s, and then you get into 30s and it's like 100,000. Well, it's the same way the other direction. So once you get past 36 and you start getting into 38s, 40s, 42s, 44s, 50s, 62s, you start getting, the higher you get, the lesser amount of those that they're making. So they're harder to find. So whenever I find a pair of jeans that's that big, anything above like a 40 waist, I start getting excited. And it's not that that's bigger. It's just that at that cutoff is when they start making less amounts of them. So thank you, baby. Did you bring me scissors too? Scissors. You guys know I can't go without works. Sight. Yeah, I figured that's what you meant. I'm telling you, Riz, if that was in my size, if that was a large, I'd buy it in a second. Thought I scored on a pair of True Religions in a unit, but it doesn't have the horseshoe tag. That's okay. They'll still sell. I sell True Religions all the time that don't have the horseshoe tag. Look, if you're trying to figure out if they're authentic or not, just look at the button. Oh, thank you, baby. I had nothing to cut with. What's that? Yeah, I sold another pair. SKU number. No. Uh-oh. Oh no! Do not tell me I forgot to have a SKU. Do not tell me I forgot to put a SKU on these. We're going to see, this is why I put that in the description too, at the bottom of the description, just in case. Oh, she good. $13.71. So this is why I do this. So on all my clothes or anything that I put in bins, I try to put the SKU number in the item specifics, but I always have it at the bottom of the description too. That way, thanks baby, just in case I forget to put that SKU in, it's still there. Thanks for the follow, Rise and Grind Picker. What's up? There's a new release of True Religion, seeing lots of TJ Maxx and whatnot. Yeah, there is definitely a new release. But here's the thing, guys. That's still going to sell as long as your cost of goods is low. So if you're getting those newer True Religions and you're getting them in for like, $1, $2, $3, you still have a ton of room. And just being the True Religion name, most of those are going to be like a boot or a flare cut right now. So those will sell. They may take a second longer than the vintage ones, and you're not going to make what you were going to make on the vintage ones or the Y2K ones, but they will still sell. Yeah. Millie, what is good? Okay, let's get these shipped over on Mercari. That's right, and if they stay in your inventory long enough, they'll become vintage. I like that, honey. That's a good point. All right, so these are going to Illinois. Let's open up the label. Isn't this our second? I think this is our second thing today from Illinois. Illinois is hopping. They need their items. Paige, I'm happy to see you. Losing it 1 ounce at a time is here. Whoa. Well, I'm picking it up. So I'm picking up what you're putting down. Oh, goodness. They're like, I'm out of here. They're like, what? I know. I can't keep my hands off a chicken sandwich. All right. So this person is getting a cute little ball cap here and a sticker. Throwing it in. putting it down, picking it up, putting it down. Okay, and then on my Rolo, for some reason, I always have to change it to custom 36 to print out. It's so strange on here. You and me both, says Auntie. It's just it's our winter comfort. It's our winter comfort, right? I love watching you. I just started reselling a couple months ago. Hey, welcome to the adventure, man. I love this. Hopefully you're selling stuff 1 ounce at a time too. Boom, cha-ching. That's what I'm talking about. That's what she said. All those things. All right, so we're doing here and confirming. And going in the bag and getting ready to ship it out. Savvy Sherlock, what is good? Ooh, Ford, we got Savvy Sherlock in here. We got another detective. Okay, let's go over to our next item on Mercari. Next thing we've got here is a pair of Ariat jeans. They sell as fast as I can list them, which is fantastic. I love Ariat because they sell so fast. All right, let's take a look here. $14.05. So I had these up for $36, I think, and I took a offer of $30. Why did I do that? Why would I not do that? Like, are you kidding me? Great. I after all of everything I spent, I still made like $18 in profit on these. So all day, every day, boom. And the great thing about Ariats is I don't mind paying up for them a little bit because I know it's one of those items that's going to literally sell. Like, I don't have to worry about it sitting in my store. And I don't mind taking $3 or $4 less than every other pair around me. Why do I not mind that? Well, silly. Of course, it's because I like to make money so that I can go out and buy more things at garage sales. Reseller too. That's awesome. I love that. Savvy Sherlock. That's great. You're like a treasure. You're like a treasure pirate hunting. You're solving the crime of paying full price. Ooh, there's your tagline. You're solving the crimes of paying full price. Oh my goodness, I haven't made a sale on Mercari yet. We're super new there. Yeah, Mercari and Depop are both funny like that. They're both places that really are dependent upon your reviews. It's almost like the people over there need to see reviews in order for them to think you're legitimate. Because a lot of youngsters will create Mercari and Depop accounts. They'll sell stuff that's like dirty and disgusting, and then they'll just somehow create a new account. And so because of that, I think people are really dependent on reviews. And I talk a little bit about that. If you guys haven't seen the pinned video I have on my TikTok, it says like, oh, what does it say, you guys? I can't remember, like frustrated with Depop or something like that. And it talks a little bit about Depop over there and kind of what the culture is. What I did to get my Mercari rolling, but mainly to get my Depop rolling. Of course, I say that. I can't believe I didn't sell anything on Depop this weekend. But in order to get those things rolling, I sold some items for like really inexpensive prices and then was able to get those reviews by using the thank you notes, messaging the person, you know, hey, thanks so much for your order. It's on its way. Let me know if there's any issues. And then after they got it, hey, I hope you got your order. I hope everything's good. You know, giving them a good rating and review, playing kind of that social media game. And because I did that, I was able to get enough reviews that I think you start looking like a legitimate seller. So it's just, unfortunately, you don't have to eat it. I mean, don't go on your cost of goods, but you just don't, maybe mark some stuff a little bit lower just to kind of get there. So, hi, where'd you get that cute shirt? Cat fart. Garage sale. I actually got it at a garage sale. Yeah, try that. Of course, no results are never guaranteed, but this is all free advice, people. So take it with it what you will. Okay, let's take a look here. Is that everything on Mercari? And then we'll pop back over to eBay. Boom, 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 and boom. Okay, head back over to the bay here, and let's get these pants shipped, and then let's also get that phone shipped. So, like I said, these are a pair of Carhartt straight traditional fit jeans. Very stained, very grungy. Really weird size, 32 by 28. They sold for $18 over on eBay. Carhartt's interesting. I don't typically pick it up unless I'm getting it at a garage sale. The prices that thrift stores believe that they should be able to get Carhartt stuff for is they've lost their mind. They've actually gone off the rails. And so because of that, the price is so high, you're not going to make back what you think you're going to make on it unless it's like, double knee overalls or a baggy full zip chore coat / prison coat. If it's those items, then yeah, you're probably going to make good money and it's worth the investment. But just a pair of kicking around pants, nah. So garage sale, yes. Thrift store, probably nah on that one. Angie, good to see you. People on Depop will have something for sale and never ship it. Yes. And that's the other thing, Tracy. And I've seen that so much recently. And that might be, I'm wondering, I'd be curious to find out if Depop sales across the board are lower. Because this last summer, I was killing it. And I'm not doing anything different over there than I was before. I mean, I was steadily selling 5 to 10 items every single day on Depop. And then it just slowly has gotten slower and slower. And I don't know if that's because maybe sellers over there have been unreliable, or I don't know if it's just a me thing. Maybe it's something I'm doing. I mean, I'm not doing anything different, but maybe I need to switch something up. It just hasn't been as hopping for me as it was. I was a top rated seller worldwide for like months in a row. And then it just kind of was like, so Depop TikToks lately are showing as bad shipping practices. Yeah, well, that's could be what's going on. All the scam messages and comments on Mercari and Depop. I know that's true. Yeah, you just got to filter through those. I mean, blah. The Depop Dorito bag. I know stuff like that really does hurt, guys. That's why it's so important as resellers that we take pride in what we're doing, because when you ship stuff in a Doritos bag, regardless of whether it gets there or not, or gets there in good condition, someone is going to, dox that out and talk about it. And when that happens, it makes everybody else look bad. So stop shipping stuff in Doritos bags. Come on now, grow up. Get yourself a poly bag. Go, if you can sell an item, you can spend 10 cents on a bag. That's just how I feel about it. All right, so these are going to Hannah in Virginia. Takes money to make money. And we are at 1 pound, 10 ounces. So we are over in pirate ship. Our good friend Hannah here paid $8.99 for shipping. We are paying, drumroll please, $7.32. Pays for the original investment and a little bit of the eBay fees. Must I look up Dorito bag? Vintage, you got to see it. You're going to have to see it. Don't leave here. Don't stop hanging out. When you get off here, just all you got to do is go into the search bar and just type, person gets item in the mail in a Doritos bag, or Depop Doritos bag. I mean, you're going to find it. There's no way you don't find it. Hi, okay, Storage. Hey, great. Thanks so much for stopping in. I appreciate seeing you. You can use pirate ship on eBay. Absolutely. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. 100%. I do all of my eBay shipping. Now I do flat rate. Calculated, that's different. But I don't know nothing about calculated. You got to ask somebody else about that. But if you do flat rate shipping, anything that's over a pound, I use pirate ship because I always wind up making a little bit of extra money. I know, good Lord. We need a poly that looks like a chip bag. Oh, Tracy. Tracy with the ideas. Tracy with the ideas today. Good gravy. Good gravy. Don't you fall. Don't you look at me that way. You stay right there. All right, here we go. And we're going to copy that. We're going to bring that right on over to our good friend eBay here. And we're going to put in our tracking number. In the meantime, let's take a look here. Nothing else over on, hey, if you guys are over on YT, IG, FB, and you got questions, comments, thoughts, ideas, please ask. I got my chat open today so I can see what I see from y'all. Okay, let's put in our tracking number, and then we'll get that phone shipped in hopefully a more appropriate size box. Talk to me about flat rate and international shipping, says Nicole. So it works the exact same way. So what I do is I put in the price I would always put in. So let's say I'm going to ship a pair, I want to sell a pair of jeans, right? I do all of my jeans, I put as $8.99 for shipping, regardless of where they go to. So what happens with international shipping is your item goes from here to Illinois, and then it goes from Illinois to wherever it goes in the world. Well, the great thing about this is you are paying, or that shipping price that you're putting in is for that first part of the trip. So from wherever you live to Illinois is what you're assuming the price is. Then from Illinois out, that buyer pays whatever the fee is from that Illinois address to their home. And that you'll never see. That's on eBay. That is between them and the buyer. I think you can see it if you look at the sale. You can see it all broken down. But I don't even look at that because all I'm concerned with is that first part of the shipping. So I'm looking at from my house to Illinois is what I do. Now, again, I do flat rate, guys. I don't know anything about calculated. I don't know if it works that way. I ain't got nothing. So, all right, let's get this here. That's what's so great about the international shipping. It didn't used to be like that. It used to be this huge nightmare. When I first started and I was selling stuff international a couple years ago, back when I was just kind of dabbling, I hated it. I hated having international because you had to put a bunch of information in, and I screwed up on the shipping ones and I had to pay like $15 on an item. So I am more than happy when they came out with that international shipping. I was like, yeah, baby, take it. Take it. What is up, DC's in the house? You're so welcome. Catchy, good to see ya. Catchy, yeah, mama. Real pretty marmalade. Okay, so we've got a box here, and we are probably going to have to play Let's Make a Box. Yeah, we're going to play Let's Make a Box. So we're going to get out our fun friend Works here, and we're going to get this going on. Whoops. We're going to attempt to not spill coffee everywhere, which will be unsuccessful. And we're going to move right along, right? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut this here. And then we're going to cut this here. And then we're going to get this here. So this is Let's Make a Box. If you are over on YT, I am going to change your camera angle so that you can actually see what I am doing. Oh, we're so fancy. Oh my Lord. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bottom part here, and we are going to get this portion of it taped. How do you learn how to Frankenbox? You learn how to Frankenbox because you Frankenbox. I mean, I know that sounds so cheesy, but honestly, you're going to learn how to do this kind of stuff just by doing it. There are people that have done like box tutorial videos and how to do that out there, and those are all great if you can find them. I will say though, I truly believe that the best way to learn how to do this portion of the business is to just do this portion of the business. You just got to sell some stuff and figure it out. So what we're going to do now is, now that I've got this part here, is I'm going to take my fancy little pencil here. I'm going to find one of the lines on my corrugated box that I feel comfortable with by also leaving a little bit of space. So we're just going to draw down that line here. And then I'm just going to follow that line up here. And then I'm going to follow that line up here. And then what I'm going to do, take my item back out. We're going to get Works back out here. And Works is going to put in some Works. International works the same way for calculated. Okay, perfect. Thank you for letting me know. Because I don't want to do that quite yet. We actually want to corrugate this. Yeah, because I always feel bad because y'all always have these great questions about calculated, and my answer is always, I got no idea. I just don't do it. I don't want to do it. It just is, it's too, I just lost too much money on it, and you guys know I love making money on my shipping, so not everybody does, but I do. Okay, so once you kind of do a little bit of corrugation there, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors, and I'm just going to go in just a little bit on this side. And then I'm going to go a little bit on this side. And then you're going to see a magical thing happen, okay? So I cut off that end, put my item in, did my line, did my corrugator. And then I'm going to take and just fold these down. I'm going to fold this down. And magically, we have a box. Amazing. It's amazing. Oh, The crowd goes wild. The crowd goes wild. Are we ready to rumble? Dude, I feel like I want to watch some old school wrestling matches. I want to watch some like old school Rowdy Roddy Piper doing his thing, Jake the Snake. I want to watch some Andre the Giant. I want to see Ric Flair come out in a crazy outfit. Like, I am all in. Let's do it. Let's watch some crazy old wrestling together. What's up, Betsy? Bubbles Golf. What Bubbles Golf? I don't know why, but that makes me smile. You're so welcome. Bet Thompson's in the house. All right, now we're going to have to create an additional edge here, which is really easy to do when you can see it, because you already put the box together. So you're going to have one on that side. You're going to have one on this side here. We're using our friend Works here. And we have a box. Da, 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 da. Real pretty marmalade. Oh, goodness. That is going to be stuck in my head all day. All day that's going to be stuck in my head. I can already see it happening. All right. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of foam. Now, I have gotten this question more in my inbox than probably any other question, which is that foam is really expensive. I saw it on the Smile Amazon store, and it was like $20. Where can I get it for cheaper? So, how I get this foam, guys, is I go to, for me, there's a person in town that makes these road sign things. I get it from them. But if you look in your town, go to like any like industrial area here. If you're over on, let me change you back here. Any industrial area that sells or like makes things like cabinets or tire salesman places or anything like that. If you go to those places and you just ask, like, hey, I'm a local business owner. I'm a reseller in the area, and I'm trying to build my business up. And, you know, one of the things that's just killing me is shipping supplies. So I was just wondering if you guys had any old bubble wrap or foam. And I always take in, this is my actual little piece here. I always take in a little piece of foam, and I say, you know, something like this or bubble wrap. Anything like this that you guys are just going to toss or recycle, I'd love to take it off your hands. Do you have any? I took a ton of foam out of a trash can at work. Blended. I love that. That foam accidentally falls on my husband's truck at work. Oh, that's, Lynette, that's amazing how that foam just jumps right in his truck. Gosh, that's amazing how that happens. So we're just packaging this in here, snuggling it in really good. Oh, I like that one. Never stop looking up. Never stop looking up. That's going in there. And then we may need just a little bit extra. Let's put just a little bit extra. I've got a bunch of like scraps from other things here. Doesn't have to be pretty, folks. It just has to be functional. Oh my Lord. If you guys could see how I used to do stuff like this, I mean, it would have been like a 2-hour-long packing. Everything would have been like perfectly done and just, oh my gosh, way too much work. All right, so we're going to get this all snuggled down here. Now, this is what I do before I go for the final wing. Before I seal this, I do have some extra cardboard on here that I don't necessarily need all of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at the weight of this. So we are at 3 pounds, 3 ounces. Now, there is a chance I can get this under 3 pounds. So what I'm going to do is I am going to, first of all, let's see how much they paid. So they paid $10.99. We're probably still good. Here's what you can do if you're newer and you're trying to decide if you should cut these off. So I'm going to take this address, and I know that this takes time, and time is money. But you'll get to the point with this that you won't have to do this every time. But I'm going to do this just to like kind of show you guys how to do it. So I'm going to go over to Pirate Ship. I'm going to put in the address here that these are going to. Then I'm going to put in the specs of this box as is. So we are looking at 12 by 13 by, we better call that 6. 12, 13, 6. So 12, and then 13, and then 6. Now what I'm going to do is, 6, not 16. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on the scale and see what this is without cutting anything off. So without cutting anything off, it is 3 pounds, 3 ounces. So let's take a look and see what the shipping is on this. So it looks like our shipping rate is going to be $10.69. They paid $10.99, so I am still within a range, right? Now, if I were to cut off these 2 tabs, and if you're not sure how much something like that's going to weigh, you can just take some old cardboard. So let's put this cardboard on here and see how much that weighs. So that weighs about 1.5 ounces. So really, I'm only going to take an ounce off of that. Let's see, for all intents and purposes, let's see if that makes a difference. Now, if you've got a bigger box, or you're really close to the next weight class, meaning 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 2 pounds, 8 ounces, 3 pounds, 8 ounces, if you're really close to that, sometimes and this goes for flat rate, guys, sometimes just taking off those sides really does make a huge difference. So let's go back here and let's take a look and see what happens if we do that. Now this one, I don't think it's going to change that much, so I think we're probably going to keep it as it was. Let's see, it was 13, 12, 6, 13, 12, 6. I don't even remember now. I should have paid more attention to that, but 13, 12, 6. Now, let's say instead of 3 pounds, 3 ounces, it's going to be 3 pounds, 2 ounces. Let's just say that. Now, that much of a difference on this is probably not going to make a huge difference. I'd be surprised if it made a difference at all. Let's take a look here. So it's exactly the same. Now, if that had been 3 pounds, 1 ounce, and by taking those 2 little flaps off, it is now, let's say, 2 pounds, 15 ounces. This would have been more like $9.50 versus $10.69. So just cutting off these 2 little tabs that would take you 5 seconds is going to save you like $1. So that's a great little way for you to do that if you need to, but if you don't need to, don't do it. Now, am I telling you to check every single time? No, but I am telling you to maybe check a few times, because you'll get to know it. Like, I knew that wasn't going to really be a difference on this one. But if you're newer or it's not something you've done before, it's a great way also to just kind of learn shipping. It's one of the ways that I learned shipping with this, because I think shipping, I don't know if you guys agree with this, but shipping to me was the most intimidating part of doing reselling. I was fine with sourcing. I was excited. The listing I got down by watching videos, but when it came to shipping, I was just so nervous about it. And how I learned was, it's great to watch other resellers and get tips and stuff like that, but really it's just doing it. By doing it, you're going to start to learn weights. You're going to start to learn how things work, what weight classes make a difference, what is UPS SurePost versus USPS. And I see that a lot from newer resellers saying, if I was to say to a person thinking about reselling, what's stopping you from reselling? 90% of the time, it's people say, the shipping, I'm afraid of it. And I get that, because I was like that too. But what I will say is, worrying is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but gets you nowhere. And that is really true when it comes to shipping as well. So you are going to spend all this time worrying that you won't know how to do it. And you know what? You may not. But there is this amazing, wonderful, awesome thing called the support of other resellers. And I guarantee you, if you messaged any of these people on here, just like I've had many of you guys message me and said, hey, I'm trying to ship this thing, or I want to ship this thing, I don't know what to do, what's your advice? I think that we all love helping each other, right? I mean, I have not met a whole lot of resellers that are not willing to help other resellers. And I don't know what it is about this community that's like that, But this community is just like that. I mean, I can remember the first time I went to message K-Way, and I was so nervous, but it was like I had to ask him a question about something. I'm like, I mean, I must have rewrote that message 14 times. Like, and now I'm obviously not, and he helps me all the time with the things when I've got a question, but I remember being nervous. So don't be nervous, you know, or be nervous. Be nervous is fine. Be nervous, but be brave, right? So be nervous, but be brave. Do you ship internationally? Becca, I do for eBay. It's the only one I do international because they have an international guarantee. I don't do it on Depop because they do, I do my own outside shipping on Depop, and the thought of having to put all that stuff internationally in is just too much. I agree. Everyone I met's been so nice and helpful. I agree, losing it. I agree. That's very, very true. I love that. Auto body shops, every part are wrapped in foam. Riz, yes, Riz with the tip. Guys, don't buy foam. Don't buy foam. It's too expensive. Go find it for free. Yes, super nice people, says Croc. I've only seen bad things about a handful of peeps. Great community. I love that. Silver Jen, 87 in the house. What is good? All right, let's get this shipped out. Let's do it. Okay, so we are going to ship this obviously in pirate ship because that would be crazy to not. Shipping out of eBay is gonna eat me alive on this. I'll probably have to pay like $12. So we're gonna pay the $10.67. I gotta re-put in our specs though, because we messed around with this a whole bunch. 12 by 13 by 6. And let's take a look at our weight here. And we were 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 3 ounces. And should be $10.67. Okay, I got my first order today. Do I need to do anything differently when shipping? No. That's amazing. Where'd you get your first order? Oh, got it on eBay. So, Becca, are you doing calculated or are you doing flat rate? Okay, so $10.69. They paid $10.99. We made 30 cents. No biggies. Paid 2. Sold it for 20. I always say this. You guys know I say this every time, but I can't get over it. I love listing hard goods because they list so easily and fast. I hate shipping them. It takes so long. It always takes me so long. I am not fast. I'm also a jibber jabber person, so I mean that doesn't help, right? It's like Surf said. Surf this morning said the only person I know that talks more than me is NiceComps and K-Way. He said, but K-Way because he just likes to hear his own voice. I'm like, oh, that bromance. Do you not sync your eBay orders just to pirate ship? The only reason I don't have that, Lynette, is I don't have the original, I don't have the correct weight. So when I list something, I pretty much just do like 8 ounces, 10 ounces on clothing, and then I just do 8 by 8 by 1, 8 by 8 by 1, or 10 by 6 by 2, 10 by 6 by 2. But that's not always what it is. So I don't weigh each of my things. And from what I understand, now I may be incorrect about this, but what I understand about pirate ship is in order to link that over, I have to have the correct weights on there. So, calculated international, I had to look up the HS number, didn't even know that what that was. Becca, are you enrolled in the eBay International Program? So, there is and you can Google it, eBay International Program. If you do the international program, it should just ship to Illinois. You shouldn't have to do anything differently. If you're not auto-enrolled in that and you're shipping it on your own and you have to put numbers in and stuff like that, I'm not sure on that one. You are enrolled in it. So you shouldn't have to do much. All you should have to do is put in, if you're shipping it international, and I don't know what you're shipping, but if, let's just say it's a shirt or something, you should be able to just go in, put in the correct weights and measurements, and it should just auto give you a label if you're enrolled in that. It should be pretty easy. Okay, I'm switching my jeans to $8.99 flat right now, says Nicole. Now, Nicole, caveat, asterisk, I do $8.99 because that works for me where I'm at in Texas. So what I would say is wherever you're at, take your zip code, go into pirate ship and go into rates because you can actually do like a fake thing to see what it would be. Put in, like for me, I put in Maine, I put a Starbucks address in from Maine, and I put a Starbucks address in from Washington. And I went to see how much would it cost me to ship a pair of jeans. What is the most money it could ever cost me to ship a pair of jeans within the United States? And that's how I came up with $8.99. Wherever you're at, though, you may need to do it differently. You may need to, if you're in Virginia, then you're going to want to do like maybe like Maine and then maybe Washington as well. But if you're in Washington, I would do Maine, Florida, SoCal, see what the most is, and then come up with your price for that. Oh, it went to an AE military Middle East. I haven't sold a military one in a really long time. I do remember, oh man, guys, and you may need to help her out with this one. I do remember when I sold something to a military base, I did have to put something weird in. God, it was so long ago. I just can't remember. I wish I could help you out with that, Becca. Here's the thing about me. If you guys are new to the stream, you know that I will always tell you if I don't know something or I'm not confident on it, and I'm not super confident on that one. So I think I would Google that or message eBay for Business on FB. I do calculate it by add a few ounces. Yeah, Bailey, just to be safe. Its official shipping cost is the only positive of living in Southern Kentucky, says Jay-Wit. You guys probably have some good food down there, though. I've only had to do that on Etsy, says Vintage. Yeah, and I don't sell on Etsy, so I'm not sure. Amelia, good to see you. Okay, so this is getting printed out. This is going to Virginia, speaking of Virginia. And let's get our tracking number in here. Yeah, so we made, I don't know, like $16 on this or something. Nothing crazy, but you know what? $16 is $16, yo! Google HS code for whatever the item is. There you go. All right, Dwight knows. Dwight says to Google the HS code for whatever the item is, and then you'll know what the answer is. All right, and I do this with all of my hard good packages too, just to make sure we are balanced and nothing feels like it's coming open. And that feels good. All right, did we get everything here? Let's just make sure we didn't sell anything in the meantime. So I always check. Let's check, do we got anything on the poppies? Do we got any depop, any offers? No, we're good on that. Do we have anything on the Poshies? Nope. And do we have anything else on Mercari? Nope. eBay? Nope. All right. Oh, and I always checked Rail. I always forget to check that one because I don't list up there very often, but every once in a while I'll sell something over there that I have listed from a long time ago. Okay. All right, you guys, that's me. That is everything. I am going to get out of here and I am going to do the post office. I'm also going to get stuff organized for that WN show. So if you guys have not bookmarked that yet, I am over on WN. Even if you are not interested in vintage toys, I am telling you right now, you are not going to want to miss this. I have a feeling it's going to be kind of funny. So there may or may not be a costume outfit involved. And I may or may not look like a female. I'm just saying I won't look like a 14-year-old boy that's going to a punk rock show. All right. So here is the show. Tons and tons of the Pewdie Pews and tons of vintage action figures. Price to sell, I think everything is pretty much starting at like $1 to $3. And I do have some bangers in there. So that is tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Does anybody else have any WN shows they want to shout out before we go? And then if you have not followed me over on YT, please do so. I'm trying to get my hours in over there. If you have not followed me on IG or FB, or if you're on YTT, I'm everywhere, guys. I'm everywhere. I'm all over the place. She's wild. Cook the stew. Oh my God, the stew. Yes. Okay. Moms, this is what I have to do. This is my life. Stew. Please tell me I'm not the only person that does that. Please tell me I'm not the only person that does that. Oh, stew. Mom says to make the stew. Peace out, you guys. Have a great day. Bye, everybody. Is your shirt custom or branded? I don't know. Garage sale. It's a garage sale. You're not. Okay. All right. Love you guys. Peace. See you tomorrow.